Welcome back to The Obsessed Marketer, the podcast designed for you, the small business owner looking to jumpstart your business and learn quick marketing strategies that you can take with you to increase your sales, reach, and growth. I'm Andrew Hayes.
And I'm Holland Berkey.
And we're back again for everybody's favorite segment. It's our marketing news spotlight. Let's go.
Yes, it's the monthly recap for August. Woo!
Yes.
I can't believe August is almost over.
I know. I can't believe the fall's on the way. It's back to school season.
I know we're going to be talking about a few back to school story today. And I'm like, I miss back to school shopping.
I know I'm just fresh out of college. So This is the first year. Oh, the second year, actually, that I haven't gone back to school.
This is my second and a half. I don't know, but I miss it. I think I might go get a planner, though, and not use it, just hoard all the planners. I have planners from 3 years ago that's in my office at home, and I don't use them, but love a good planner.
We love a good assignment notebook.
Yes.
It's great. Okay, well, so let's just get in a little bit about some of the podcasts that we had this month. We had some really great guests this week, or this month, Holland. We kicked it off with Carolyn Peterson. You and Joel did that.
Yes, that was one of my favorite interviews, I think, that we've ever done on the podcast. It was great. She had so much helpful information to say. And she's a small business owner herself. She has a few startups and businesses she's been in for a while. And she's had a lot of really good tips.
Yeah, so that one was called How to Kickstart Your Startup, and it went more into the psychology of things and also a little bit about getting a therapist and stuff like that.
She comes from a therapy background. She used to be a therapist and everything. So which I think is important too.
Well, everyone needs therapy.
Yeah.
So go check out that episode. We'll have it linked in the show notes below and in the card here on YouTube. And then we also had Clint Surratt on our podcast, which is actually one of our clients. He works for one of our clients. And we did a little bit of talk about finances a bit, how to penetrate the market.
Yeah. Nobody likes to talk about money, and money is stressful, but it's a necessity.
Yeah, and marketing and finance pretty much go hand in hand.
Yeah, CMO and CFOs, they have to work very well together.
Yes. So then we also did using emotions in marketing to attract more customers. And you and Joel listed off, I think it was 7 of them.
So Joel and I talked about using emotions in marketing. I think we talked about 7 of them, from humor to sadness and anger. Emotions are a great way to get humans to react, and having them react will get them to buy, will get them to sign up, will get them to do something. So using emotions is very, very strong tactic in marketing.
Yeah, so go and check out those tips as well. Again, the episode's in the show notes. And then we ended off last week with our small business spotlight with Bomba Vodka, a vodka company based out of Vancouver, Canada. And it was a great conversation. It was kind of interesting to hear about a business that started during the pandemic and they're doing so well. So check that out. It was with Brandon McKeechee. But anyway, those are the episodes this month. Go check them out. Let's get into our August news in marketing. Holland, let's kick it off. What do we got?
What's going on? Okay, first story we're going to talk about is back to school. So back to school shoppers are valuing deals due to inflation and recession fears. We all kind of know the economy is...
It's up in the air at the moment. I mean, with everything about inflation and the
People
recession
are getting laid off and just money's tight in a lot of areas. It's just, there's a lot of unknowns out there and a lot of fear. So parents are expected to pay about $661 per K through 12 student this season, which I saw that number, wild.
I never would have thought that. I mean, but if I think about it,
is that what my parents spent on me?
With all the markers and the crayons and the notebooks, I always had to have new notebooks for sure. I was not a reuser.
And it's just crazy to see that number and think what if you have 5 kids? All school age. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And so that 661 is up 8% from last year. So obviously we're seeing things become more expensive. 50% of parents admit that they plan to splurge, which is down from 93% last year.
This is from NerdWallet. This is from a NerdWallet survey.
So 93% of parents last year want to splurge, and now it's only 50% of parents. Not everybody's able to splurge. They're going to get that great value markers from Walmart or something.
Yeah, well, and then here, we'll talk about this too, because according to a Deloitte survey, a back-to-school survey, about 33% of consumers reported that their household income has worsened over the last year, especially due to inflation and wages and stuff like that. And so people are spending more and making less. So this has caused kind of a chain reaction where back to school shoppers are not really going for the the tried and true name brands, right? Like
Crayola.
they're not buying Crayola.
Oh, no.
They're not buying, we're going to go for crazy art,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
because it's a better deal.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing now with this season of back to school shopping is that there's a big push for deals and sales. And we even saw Amazon take advantage of this with some of their marketing as well. They had a whole big campaign. I heard advertisements on the radio. I heard stuff on TV of, spend less this.
Yeah, it was like, go ahead and spend less.
Yes.
So that is really triggering to consumers right now. Spend less. Yes, that's me. Money's tight this year. I'm going to try to get as many deals as possible. And a lot of people go to Amazon for that.
Exactly. And so this is a good tip for any business owner out there that if you're doing any back to school sales, I mean, you're still doing it depending on where you're at and everything. Most back to school shopping starts in like end of July.
Yeah.
But school's still starting out and people are buying stuff. So if you were trying to make more sales, maybe try to bring down your prices and include some sale prices in for some of your back to school shopping items.
Sale. Use the word sale.
Yes.
Sale.
Yes.
So if you are out there back to school shopping, are you valuing good deals this year? Like, is this data correct to you? Like, do you relate to that? Do you feel like you are also not really wanting to spend that much money this year?
Yeah, let us know. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about Google. Once again is delaying a cookieless future for Chrome.
Yep.
Now, we've done a couple blog articles on this on viralsolutions.net. And it's funny because we have to keep changing it because it keeps being delayed. So we had one and it was like, cookieless future by 2022. Oh, wait, it's been delayed to 2023. And now we're seeing that it's going to be delayed to 2024. So Google has been attempting to kind of get rid of these cross-site trackers and third-party cookies to kind of track people where they're going. Trying to replace it with a more privacy-focused alternative, which, is probably a good thing.
Yeah,
we want to be tracking everybody.
Over the last couple of years, everybody's been like, my privacy is a priority to me right now. For sure, a priority.
Well, and that's the thing is that for marketers and advertisers like us, right? Cookies help us tremendously try to target people that would be best, potential buyers for a product. So Google's trying to come up with a way that allows the data, allows somebody to be kind of tracked, but not to the extent that third-party trackers and cookies and fingerprinting, which are like basically kind of secret ways that things track you on the internet when you don't really know what's happening. So they announced that they would get rid of third-party cookies by 2023. Now that's being pushed because they're testing more of their privacy sandbox initiative for developers and users. So if you're on Chrome, you might see a little pop-up that you might be added to a test group to test out this privacy sandbox.
I'm a Chrome user, so I should keep my eye out for that.
Yes.
But yeah, just Google's trying to make their advertisers happy as well as the people that use the search engine. Like, everybody wants their privacy, but also companies still need to make money off their ads and things like that. So it's a toss up. So they keep pushing it back. We'll see what happens in a few years. Who knows? Yeah.
So give it a try if you're able to be part of that testing. I mean, if you have any experience with it, let us know in the comments below or send us an email.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next story is the move to connected TV advertising. And when I say connected TV, that's like streaming like Hulu, Netflix, that kind of stuff. Or not Netflix. Because Netflix doesn't have ads.
Well, that's the thing is that they probably are going to come out with an ad-supported. Disney Plus is also talking about having an ad-supported tier to their services, which...
So like a cheaper version with ads. Because like Hulu did that like years ago. Like you could have like the ad-free version, which is the most expensive, or you could have like the lowest tier, which is cheap, but you can get ads.
Which was a ripoff to me because you used to be able to watch Hulu with ads for free. Like you never had to buy it, and now you have to buy it just to access it anyway. Yeah. I'm just butthurt about it.
A little salty.
Yeah, but okay, so connected TV, there's a big push to it. And this is something we've been talking about in the office a little bit here at Viral Solutions, is that now this is a better way to advertise on television.
Yeah.
What's up?
According to Nielsen, CTV, so connected TV content reached almost 142 million adults across the country each week. That is a huge range of people. You can get your ad in front of so many eyes. And they kind of talk about it's a bigger screen. So like when you're seeing ads on your phone, a lot of people, I have my phone on silent like all the time. And sometimes I even watch videos silently and I read
and you have the captions on there. Yeah.
So with the TV, usually your sound is on. It's a bigger TV. You are actively watching your TV show. You're not just, I mean, sometimes you have TV on the background, but most of the time you're watching that show. So you have engaged eyes. So this is huge for marketers, and people should really maybe start thinking about leaning towards that way and start advertising on connected TV, just because of the large reach of your audience.
And that's the thing too, is that when we come to connected TV, it's way different than regular terrestrial TV or cable TV, because it's not optimized and it's not actually tailored to you. But now that we have connected TV, you know, platforms like that we can actually target people that we actually, you know, want that ad to be in front of.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. For the first time, you've never been able to do that.
Yeah, it's a lot. And there's more reach for smaller businesses as well. Like usually when you think of TV ads, you think of like big brands like Nike, Dean's Dairy, I don't know, like stuff like that. But now with streaming, smaller platforms, it's more affordable. It's easier for us to start getting in the game too.
Yes. And so, yeah, no big ad budget needed. You can just do it. There's a lot of different platforms that we're going to be trying out, I think, here in the near future. I think there's one by Ryan Reynolds. Actually has a
he has an ad agency, so I'm not surprised that he's getting into that. But so keep on the lookout for that, or maybe do a little bit more research on your own too. That you can maybe add that into your marketing budget, or maybe think about getting into that, because before nobody really thought about TV ads unless you're a big company, but now let's get in there.
Yeah. Would you potentially advertise your product or service or business on like Hulu or connected TV services? Let us know.
I think that could be really cool. What if you were like a small business and you got on there and you're like, hey, look at me.
Hey, what's up? I'm on Hulu.
I'm on Hulu.
Let's go.
Okay. The next one of my favorite stories, because it's just so wild.
I was sitting here before we were recording this podcast for a while, like just looking at all this, because it perplexes me and scares me. I feel like it's a Black Mirror episode if you've never seen that show on Netflix. But
so we're going to be talking about virtual influencer Michaela. So some of you might know who that is. Others of you might not. She literally is a robot, like AI influencer. She is not real. She looks pretty real. Like you can tell that it's
you
CGI.
Can tell it's like too perfect.
Yeah.
A little too soft, you know.
But she is this huge influencer who was created in 2016. And for a while, the creators were anonymous, but I think in 2019, the creators were like, hey, we're the ones that did this. Because for a few years, everybody was like, who is she? Where did she come from? Who's running her? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So the names are Trevor McFedries, I believe.
McFedries?
Yeah,
I would say that's right.
Sarah Decou, maybe Decou.
We're butchering names
so sorry.
here.
But they're the founders of Brood, which is a creative agency specializing in robotics. And they created the first virtual influencer. She went as Lil Michaela at first, but now I think it's just Michaela.
Yeah, that's like that's her ad. Yeah. It's at Lil Michaela.
Yeah, she is like perpetually 19. She celebrates her 19th birthday every single year. Like she is just this teen girl, and she's huge. Mainly for fashion brands. She's worked with Calvin Klein, Prada. They're using her to sell their clothes. And most recently, she's partnering with PacSun, which I haven't shopped at PacSun in a while, but I used to be a big PacSun fan. And she's partnering with them for a multiple season. She's doing back to school and she's doing holiday, I believe. I don't know if she's going any further out of holidays, but a lot of brands now are moving towards that kind of stuff, especially with like the metaverse and Fortnite. You see these virtual things trying to sell you clothes. And I know in Japan, virtual influencers are a little bit bigger than they are here.
Well, they even have virtual, they have virtual pop stars. If we're looking at like
Hatsune
Miku or whatever.
Yeah, they have like virtual, like she works for the government. She like you see her at train stations and stuff like in Japan.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Michaela's kind of like the only one I feel like in the US that's like a big, like well-known, well, not well-known because a lot of people probably don't know about her.
This was the first time I ever heard of it.
Yeah. But I feel like with this metaverse coming out and with her like joining up with these brands, like I feel like that's kind of where it's going. We're definitely going to see more virtual influencers popping up. I'm surprised nobody else has hopped on it.
I know, I'm surprised too. But you know, I looked at all the content and it seems so real. Like
it's weird.
Yeah, you know, there's a personality behind it.
Yeah, she's had boyfriends. She goes to school. Like, it's very weird. She's like a real teenage girl, and it's kind of scary sometimes. Like you said, Black Mirror, like, this is weird. Like, how, I don't know. it's weird. Like
it's weird.
Like I don't know.
But we want to know what you guys think. Okay. What are your thoughts on virtual influencers? And would you buy something that was promoted by a virtual influencer like Michaela? Let us know. All right. So we have a trending story from a big brand that I've actually heard a lot about. It's Smile Direct Club. I don't know if you've ever seen the ads, but they're a competitor to Invisalign.
Yes.
Which is what I had Invisalign. I liked mine.
Yeah. I think Joel had Invisalign too, like when he was in high school. So, but I haven't seen Invisalign ads in so long. I feel like Smile Direct Club has really taken over social media. I feel like their social media strategy is like insane.
Yeah, and like their marketing, because I see it on TV, I see it on connected TV. We just talked about that. And so, okay, what's going on? How are they combating against Invisalign?
Okay, so the CEO, David Katzman, has decided that they're going to come out with an app for their business, and it's called Smile Maker app.
Now, what does that kind of do? What's like the goal of the app?
I believe consumers can like take images and they can
like and kind of get like fit retainers for them without having to do like a mold.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You still have to do a mold. It was just so it shortened their conversion time. So the CMO, John Sheldon, was talking about currently, if you take a look at their go-to marketing strategy, it's a very long process. From the time that the consumer shows up on their website to the time they actually like get their stuff and they buy it can take up to 3 weeks. So that is a lot of time for a customer to bounce. For them to be like, oh, I'm actually not going to go through
maybe I'm not going to do this.
So this app is aiming to shorten their conversion time. Because like it said, it took like 3 weeks. And now this one, they can send in like photos and they can buy right away. They can buy from the app and they can see their treatment plan, which I think it can go up to like 6 months. They can see their treatment plan like right away and they can buy. They still have to do impressions, obviously, to like get the actual retainer, but it's a way to kind of try to convert a customer immediately.
Yeah.
Instead of having them do the impressions and then sending, and like, I'm pretty sure they can do impressions without having to buy in right away. So this is just a way to get the customer to convert to and like buy it almost instantly through the app.
And I feel like it gives a better connection with the potential customer as well. It kind of leads them down the funnel a little more, gives them more interactivity with the brand as well. Maybe some AR filters. They can see what their teeth are going to look like, kind of using technology to bring people down the funnel in a way.
And they're modernizing, they're innovating. Everything has an app now. So why can't your braces, your teeth straightening trays have an app? I think they're kind of trying to modernize, and I feel like that's probably a little bit of a strategy to get in front of Invisalign too. Like I said, Invisalign, I haven't heard of anybody having Invisalign since like 8 years ago. Like everybody that I know a few people in their adulthood when they're deciding to straighten their teeth because maybe they couldn't afford it when they were younger. Smile Direct Club. I've had like 3 friends that have done Smile Direct Club in the last 2 years. And it mitigates
having to go to a dentist.
Exactly.
And, everyone hates going to the dentist. Like, I don't like going there. Like, that's not
fun. Smile Direct Club is innovating. And it's working. They're a big brand, and a lot of their strategy too is positioning them with Invisalign, and a lot of their ads lately have been "we're cheaper than Invisalign." Yeah, which is a good strategy on their part too.
Well, it's also a good strategy in the times that we're facing right now, of course, with inflation and a recession on the looms.
Yes. So yeah, that is something you as a business owner can think about. Look at your competitors, and if you are a cheaper option than your competitors, advertise about it. Let people know that you're the cheaper version. Obviously
match the quality.
Yeah,
but
like the quality has to be good. So also be like, hey, we got great quality products or services, but we're also cheaper than this guy.
Yeah, we're more innovative and we are cheaper.
Yes.
Buy from us.
Yes, buy from us, please.
All right.
Okay, the next story is B2B influencer marketing. So we kind of talked about influencer with that virtual girl, but now we're going to talk about B2B, which usually when you think influencer marketing, you do not think B2B.
All I can think about is like somebody like me wearing a suit and like making a duck face going on my LinkedIn profile.
On my LinkedIn, work with VS. So yeah, B2B, obviously, if you don't know what that acronym is, it's business to business. So like Borrow Solutions is a B2B.
Yes.
We are business to business. So The B2B influencer marketing has potential to generate $11.7 billion in revenue by the end of 2022. That's a prediction.
That's
billion,
insane.
B with a B. That's a lot of money.
Oh my gosh.
So if you are a B2B business, you might want to start thinking about influencer marketing. You might have never had that in your marketing strategy before, but it might be time to hop on that.
It might be time. Holland, are you ready to become an influencer?
I will be the VS influencer. I will do it. I'll get on TikTok and LinkedIn.
So many B2B businesses don't really think about like influencer marketing and they're really missing out on it. I think that's something that we could definitely explore in our strategy. But LinkedIn has over 61 million senior level influencers and 40 million decision makers from all different types of industries. Like literally though, if you're in any capacity in a business, or even if you just have a job, you're probably on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I know many people my age in the Gen Z era, they have a LinkedIn account because one, they tell us in college that you have to have one.
You have to.
And honestly, a lot of my friends and colleagues that I know find their jobs via LinkedIn.
Yeah. And reportedly, 80% of B2B leads come from LinkedIn. In addition, 90% of B2B marketers claim they have reduced cost per lead using LinkedIn lead generation forms. So LinkedIn, you can think B2B, you think LinkedIn. But it's not just LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not the only social platform for B2B influencers. It's probably the strongest.
Yeah.
But Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok are also pretty big platforms for B2B space.
I've definitely seen at least like some B2B marketers and influencers on TikTok, especially sharing kind of like, industry secrets and stuff like that. Like I've seen a bunch of social media coaches on there trying to pitch themselves to other businesses. And so, it's everywhere.
Yeah. And a lot of businesses will reshare content on all these platforms. So that's a great way to get your content in front of more eyes because somebody might be on Twitter and not on LinkedIn. But B, it's good for testing. See where that content is resonating with your audience. So that's the same with any kind of content, as well as influencer marketing content. So like we said, you might not have thought that influencer marketing was for you if you're a B2B business, but I highly suggest kind of looking into it. There might be some small micro influencers out there in your budget and it can get a huge ROI for you.
Yeah. Or if you want to become an influencer yourself.
Exactly.
I think LinkedIn launched a bunch of new creator tools for people that want to create content for LinkedIn.
Influencers are just everywhere now.
Give it a try.
Give it a try.
We have one final one here. We'll end off with a goofy marketing story that I laughed about. I don't know. You guys didn't actually know about it. I'm surprised that I did. But it's one of the first. I was
sitting in my cubicle and all of a sudden I'm hear this crazy like audio coming from Andrew's cubicle. I'm like, what is that? It's like bing bong, like crazy music. And like, I don't even know what was going on. I was like, what is happening?
Here, we'll show it right now. Okay, so that is the 2008 video. I think it's called like Badger, Badger, Badger.
Yeah.
And it's one of the first internet memes that I think I've ever seen. That's the first one I remember being like a meme. And so there's a company in the United Kingdom and they're called Corn. I think it's Corn. And it just makes me think of the meme right now, or the corn. Anyway, and so they made an advertisement that looked like this. That looks shockingly similar.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
Exactly. It's
exactly the same
thing. So people are getting pretty mad on social media for ripping that off.
Yeah.
And then the creator of the original Badger video
really
is really mad, didn't get paid at all. And Corn did not have a good response on social media. They were kind of like, oh, let's just take it off the platform and we'll talk separately. And, admitted that they were big fans of the video.
Yeah.
And I was like,
we're big fans. Sorry, we're making money off of your idea.
So I'm guessing that there might be either some legal action involved or maybe a closed settlement or something like
somebody's
that.
Gonna get sued.
Someone's getting some money and I'm hoping it's the Badger.
Right? I mean, what was it, July? I think in the July recap when we talked about the muffin thing, like that bakery, Magnolia Bakery used that muffin guy. But he was in the video. They recreated, so it's different.
It was purposeful, and they
got paid
him
to do it. Yeah, like he was in it. He was a part of it. This Badger, they just ripped it off, and they did not ask permission. They didn't do anything. So You got to be careful about that in marketing.
Well, they didn't even source it either. So if you're going to take content,
give props where props are due.
Yeah, give credit where credit's due, which reminds me that if you want to check out any of the articles that we have talked about today or any of the stories, we have them linked down in the show notes below and in the description as well. Yeah. And then also a link to a free 50-point marketing audit from us, Viral Solutions. Yep. So what do you think? Do you think Quorn, or however you pronounce it, do you think that they should be held responsible for stealing content? Or do you think that stealing an internet meme is just stealing a meme?
Yeah, this meme was long ago. People might be like, yeah, it's fine. But if you're making money off of it, that's one thing. Like, it's an ad. Like, they're selling products with it.
All right, Holland, that's all we had this month.
That's it for August marketing news.
Yeah, and so if we didn't talk about something that really struck a nerve with you this month in the world of marketing, make sure to reach out to us on Instagram. We're at viral.solutions.
Yes, we are the Obsessed Marketers. Like this podcast name is. I love marketing stories and this kind of stuff. So please reach out. I'm very interested if you guys have found any like weird stories or fun or interesting stories.
Let's have a conversation. Reach out to us.
Please do, yes.
And then also, if you are a small business owner, nonprofit leader, or maybe just need a little bit of help in your own marketing and whatever you're doing, you can reach out to us at viralsolutions.net. We have a free 50-point marketing audit that looks at all aspects of your business, top to bottom, lets you know what you're doing well and what could use some work. Again, that's free at viralsolutions.net. Just click the little free 50-point marketing audit button at the top of the page.
All right, I'm Holland Berkey.
And I'm Andrew Hayes. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.